Bad Gambia, 30 laps. Eureka Garages and Sheds Sprint Car Championship chase is on. The General Jack Lee and Jamie McHugh bring them around. Oh, Lee jumped early and actually the car slewed onto the infield, got over the concrete. Will our Chief Steward let this one run? Not too sure. Oh, Sutherland, the local hero, he's on the infield. And we've got one upside down. We've got two upside down. That's Lisa Walker getting caught up.
I'm trying to think of that other car. He's up there against the fence.
It's probably Aidan Hall, I think. Fantastic. Green flag is up. We are ready for take two. And again, they jump a little early, but it's a much more even start as they hit the line. And McHugh's got the bumps going. Oh, he's hung onto that just. That was a real pucker moment, I reckon, in the seat of that one. But it's cost him a bunch of positions. Oh, Hunter and Smith got together. And Hickman's tagged the infield tyre as well. It's the two young guns fighting over track down there into turn 1 and 2, made slight contact, and they both went upside down. All right, here we go. Green is out, and Jack Lee. No one alongside. Bring him around the cone. Everybody gets around the cone just. And look at the lead that Jack Lee has been able to open up already. Rusty Hickman's got some problems keeping that front end down on the ground, and certainly a little bit out of square, I would suggest. McHugh. Demain Ramsey having a solid run back there in fourth. Then it's Peter Dukas. And Braden and Jai O'Keefe and Braden Parr. And we've got, oh no! No, Rusty Hickman had a moment, turned it sideways. Jai O'Keefe has slid into him and gone upside down. He's also knocked Hickman over, and Peter Dukas in amongst that as well. Now, we wouldn't have picked this to start, but he could win this thing from here. All right, Jack Lee and Jamie McHugh. And Lindsay straight to the top around the outside of Braden Parr. Up to fourth place already out of the B main. Is this going to be a glorious victory? He's into third place, and he's on the fence, and he's hauling the mail. Have a look at the local hero, Stephen Lines. McHugh, a little subdued on the bottom. He's probably thinking, where the hell did Lines he comes from? As he's swept around in just 3 laps. He's now up into second place. Jack Lee on the bottom. Stephen Lines on the top. Jamie McHugh in third place. Let's keep our eye. Oh, Linesy tried the bottom through 3 and 4, but didn't look that comfortable on it. Zings it back in on the wall in 1 and 2. Keeps it upstairs to mid-track through 3 and 4. And the times now, 11.6 for Lines. A 12.0 for Jack Lee. The gap is 1.23 seconds. I'll give you the gap next time around. It's 0.429. Linesy on the charge. Looking for an improbable victory. But we've still got 20 laps to run. Jack Lee out front. He's got a small gap. Then it's Lines. Then it's McHugh. Ramsey, Parr, Keller, Hallett, Sutherland coming forward as well. Smoke now starting to come out of the Hallett number 13. And here's the challenge for the lead. Oh, Lee hit the infield berm there, upset the car, and Stephen Lines from the B main to the lead of the A in just 12 laps. Lee, his momentum was upset when he clipped the inside pole line down in 1. And at the same time, Stephen Lines. We know how good Lines is, and he is showing us here big time. He's got some lap cars, but we've gone yellow as well, just as he got to the lap cars.
Braden Parr, the V77 is around in turn 4.
Absolutely, Parr, he's gone around turn 4.
He can go any time from turn 3. He doesn't mess around. Lee goes with him. McHugh back to Ramsey and Brad Keller. They'd be stoked with that result. Brad Keller sitting now position number 5 in the Shaytech. Number 19, Lions leads, 16 to run. Getting away. Jack Lee a solid second. McHugh back to Ramsey. Then we got Hollywood Hallett, or Highline Hallett as he's known. Brock Hallett sitting behind Brad Keller. Glenn Sutherland to us. Don't forget, Glenn had that little incident back at the start of this. So now sitting in the top 10. In fact, he sits position number 7. Still 13.5 to run. There he is. Car number 83 of Stephen Lyons running through turn 4. Now we have a look at Lockie McHugh also getting serious on the back of the 25. Dives into turn 1. Jack would have looked over to see an orange front wing just emerging on the left-hand side of the cockpit. In fact, if you look to the McHugh car, it has a bent front wing. So a little bit of front wing damage on the 23, but he's making it work. To the high line. It may have a bent front wing, but it's certainly coming on strong. 10 from home. As we say that, it kisses the concrete.
All right, 10 to go, and I'm not sure how that got away from Jamie McHugh there. He was closing in on Jack Lee for second. Storming run, but somehow tagged the back straight. And if that hasn't damaged the car a little more, I don't know what would have happened. Lost a little bit of a pace. That was a big, big challenge for second place coming up. But out front, it's Stephen Lyons, the local hero. He's being a little bit cautious in the lap traffic. He's not going as hard as he was earlier on, no doubt, but he doesn't need to. He knows it's a tricky racetrack, and it's unlikely that anyone is going to come charging at him. If they do, he'll step it up a notch, no doubt, as Jack Lee hangs on in that second place. Lockie McHugh somehow managing to hang on to third place. He's fighting that car. We can see it. It is definitely out of square. Domain Ramsey now looking to challenge, trying to get on the podium with 6 laps remaining. Lyons, Lee, McHugh, Ramsey, Brad Keller also out of the middle of the B main. Who would have thought that one earlier on? Brock Hallett, Van Bremen into 7th. So the gap with just on 3 laps to run for our race leader, Stephen Lyons. And the gap back to Jack Lee is 4.7 seconds, so slightly comfortable for our race leader. 2 to run for Stephen Lyons. Big gap back to Jack Lee, the general. McHugh hanging on for 3rd, and Keller's mounting a big challenge for 4th. Around the outside of Ramsey is Lyonsy, takes the white flag. Lee takes the white flag. McHugh's going to hang on for 3rd somehow. Ramsey 4th. Oh, Keller takes advantage as the checkered flag flies for Stephen Lyons. An improbable victory from the B main to the win in the A. Jack Lee hangs on for 2nd place. Lachlan McHugh manhandles for 3rd place. Brad Keller grabbing 4 on the last lap there from Domain Ramsey. Brock Hallett for 6th. Mike Van Bremen in for 7. Mark Carlin will grab 8th. Glennie Sutherland 9th. And that is about it. That is it for our finishers as they'll go to scale. But what about that, Mount Gambier, your local hero, putting on